Huzzah! Hey, how's it going? Missed you a lot. Cheers. Fortunately, no ice in my water. But you know, we'll make it. Man. I've read 30 minutes, maybe 40 about so far. This book is, these pages are dense with words, man. You'll know what I'm on about. So my plan is, I'm gonna finish the book, read this all to you, I hope, and then I'm gonna give you the book, and you can turn it in at the library when you're done, or not, or maybe when I come back, probably. But yeah, I'll give it to you, and yeah, no, I'll give the book to you, and you can watch these videos while I'm gone. So yeah, you can read along with me. And I know what else. I mean, I get it. I know it's not gonna be fun to have to wait every day to read it, but I think it'd be worse if you didn't have anything to look forward to. If I give it to you all at once, you'd work through it, but you'd work through it fast. So you have it all at once, and then you wouldn't have anything else. And honestly, I think personally, that would stink, and I don't want to do that to you, because that's not fun. It really isn't. We got the what I call it, the Lego brat. Hope you got yours on. Okay, I'm gonna read now. Okay. It's really the same thing that you always did for him before. Just comfort him and tell him that he never likes to hurt people, that he's good and kind and not like Peter at all. That's the most important thing, that he's not like Peter at all. I can see him? No. I want you to write a letter. What good does that do? Ender never answered a single letter I sent. Graf sighed. He answered every letter he got. It only took a second for him to understand. You really stink. Isolation is the optimum environment for creativity. It was his ideas we wanted, not the... Never mind. I don't have to defend myself to you. Why you're doing it? She did not ask. Because he's slacking off. He's coasting. You want to push him forward and he won't go. Maybe I'd be doing an Ender a favor if I told you to go stuff yourself. You've already helped me. You can help me more. Write to him. Promise you won't cut out anything I write. I won't promise any such thing. Then forget it. No problem. I'll write your letter myself. We can use your other letters to reconcile the writing style. Simple matter. I want to see him. When he gets his first leave when he's 18. You told him it would be when he's 12. We changed the rules. Why should I help you? Don't help me. Help Ender. Why does it matter if that helps us too? What kind of terrible things are you going to do to him up there? Graf chuckled. Valentine, my dear little girl, the terrible things are only about to begin. Ender was 4 lines into the letter before he realized that it wasn't from one of the other soldiers in the battle school. It had come in the regular way, a mail waiting message that when he signed into his desk. He read 4 lines into it, then skipped to the end and read the signature. Then he went back to the beginning and curled up on his bed and read the words over and over and again. Ender, the bastards wouldn't put any of my letters through till now. I must have written 100 times, but you must have thought I never did. Well, I did. I haven't forgotten you. I remember your birthday. I remember everything. Some people might think that because you're a soldier, you are not cruel and hard. People who likes to hurt people. Person who likes to hurt, and a hard person who likes to hurt people, like the Marines in the videos. But I know that isn't true. You are nothing like you-know-who. He's a nicer seeming, but he's still a slump bitch inside. Maybe you seem mean, but it won't fool me. Still paddling the old new. All my love, turkey lips vow. Don't write back. They'll probably seek one all eyes your letter. I don't know what that means. Obviously, it was written with the full approval of the teachers, but there was no doubt it was written by Val. The spelling of psycho... Oh. Psychoanalyze the slump bit. Fet slumbitch for Peter. Oh, the epithet slumbitch for Peter. The joke about pronouncing new like a new. Were all things that no one could know but Val, and yet they came pretty thick. As though someone wanted to make sure that Ender believed that the letter was genuine. Why should they be so eager if it's the real thing? It wasn't the real thing anyway. Even if she wrote it in her own blood, it isn't the real thing because they made her write it. She'd written before, but this was asked for. This was part of their manipulation. And the despair filled him again. No, now he knew why. Now he knew what he hated so much. He had no control over his own life. They ran everything. They made all the choices. Only the game was left to him. That was all. Everything else was them and their rules and plans and lessons and programs, and all he could do was go by that or that. And all he could do was go this way or that way in battle. The one real thing, the one precious real thing was his memory of Valentine, the person who loved him before he ever played a game, who loved him whether there is a bug or war or not, and they'd taken her and put her on their side, and she was one of them now. He hated them in all their games, hated them so badly that he cried, reading Val's empty ass for letter again. The other boys in Phoenix crying and noticed and looked away. Ender Wiggin crying? That was disturbing. Something terrible was going on. The best soldier in any army lying in his bunk, crying? The silence in the room was deep. Ender deleted the letter, wiped it out of memory, and then punched up the fantasy game. He was not sure why he was so eager to play the game, to get to the end of the world, but he wasted no time getting there. Only when he coasted on the clouds, skimming over the autumnal, bro, big words. Big words hard, man. Big words hard. Okay. Autumnal cloudlets of pastoral world. Only then did he realize what he hated most about Val's letter. All that it said was about Peter, about how he was not like him, how he was not at all like Peter. The words that she had said so often as she held him comforted him, and as he trembled in fear and rage and loathing after Peter had tortured him, that was all the letter had said. And that was what they had asked for. The bastards knew about that. And they knew about Peter in the mirror in the castle room. They knew about everything, and to them Val was just one more tool for them to control him, just one more trick to play. Dink was right. They were the enemy. They loved nothing and cared for nothing, and he was not going to do what they wanted. He was damn well not going to do anything for them. He had only one memory that was safe, one good thing, and those bastards had plowed it into him with the rest of the manure. And so he was finished. He wasn't going to play. And always the serpent waited in the tower room, unraveling itself in the rug on the floor. But this time Ender didn't grind it underfoot. This time he caught it in his hands, knelt before it, and gently, so gently, brought the snake's gaping mouth to his lips and kissed. He had not meant to do that. He had meant to let the snake bite him on the mouth, or perhaps he had meant to eat the snake alive, as Peter in the mirror had done, where his bloody chin and the snake's tail dangling from the lips, but he kissed it instead. And the snake in his hands thickened and bent into another shape, a human shape. It was Valentine, and she kissed him again. The snake could not be Valentine. He had killed it too often for it to be his sister. Peter had devoured it too often for Ender to bear that it might have been Valentine all along. This is what they had planned when they let him read her letter. He didn't care. She arose from the floor of the tower room and walked to the mirror. Ender made his figure also rise and go with her. They stood before the mirror, where instead of Peter's cruel reflection, there stood a dragon and a unicorn. Ender reached out his hand and touched the mirror, and so did Valentine. The wall fell open and revealed a great stairway downward, carpeted and lined with shouting, cheering multitudes. Together, arm in arm, he and Valentine walked down the stairs. Tears filled his eyes, tears of relief that at last he had broken free of the room at the end of the world. And because of the tears, he didn't notice that every member of the multitude wore Peter's face. He only knew that wherever he went in this world, Valentine was with him. Valentine opened the letter that Dr. Lineberry had given her. Dear Valentine said, we thank you and commend you for your efforts on behalf of the war effort. You are hereby notified that you've been awarded the Star of the Order of the League of Humanity, First Class, which is the highest military award that can be given to a civilian. Unfortunately, Eye of Security forbids us to make this award public until after the successful conclusion of current operations, but we want you to know that your efforts resulted in complete success. Sincerely, General Shyman Levy, Strategos. When she had to read it twice, Dr. Lineberry took it from her head. I was instructed to let you read it and then destroy it. She took a cigarette lighter from a drawer and set the paper afire. It burned brightly in the ashtray. Was it good or bad news? She asked. I sold my brother, Valentine said, and they paid me for it. It's a bit melodramatic, isn't it, Valentine? Valentine went back to class without answering. That night, Demosthenes published a scathing denunciation of the population limitation laws. People should be allowed to have as many children as they like, and the surplus population should be sent to other worlds to spread mankind so far across the galaxy that no disaster, no invasion could ever threaten the human race with annihilation. The most noble title a child can have, Demosthenes wrote, is third. For you, Ender, she said to herself as she wrote. Peter laughed in delight as he read it. That'll make him sit up and take notice. Third, a noble title. Oh, you have a wicked streak. Now, we're on chapter 10. Much more do I have left? Okay, I'm about halfway through the book. I don't know how. I really don't know how I'm going to finish this. I know who I'm going to do it for. You know who I'm planning it. Chapter 10. Dragon. Now, I suppose so. It has to be an order, Colonel Graff. Armies don't move because the commander says, I suppose it's time to attack. I'm not a commander. I'm a teacher of little children. Colonel, sir, I admit I was on you. I admit I was a pain in the ass. But it worked. Everything worked just like you wanted to. The last few weeks, everything's been happy. Content. He's doing well. His mind is keen. His play is excellent. Young as he is, we've never had a boy better prepared for command. Usually they go at 11, but at 9.5, he's top flight. Well, yes, for a few minutes there, it actually occurred to me to wonder what kind of a man would heal a broken child as some of his hurts, just so we could throw him back into battle again. A private little moral dilemma. Please overlook it. I was tired. Saving the world. Remember, call him in. We're doing what must be done, Colonel Graff. Come on, Anderson. You're dying to see how he handles all those rigged games I had you work out. That's a pretty low thing to... So I'm kind of a low guy. Come on, Major. We're both the scum of the earth. I'm dying to see how he handles them too. After all, our lives depend on him doing real well, eh? You're not starting to use the boy's slang, are you? Call him in, Major. I'll dump the rosters into his files and give him his security system. What we're doing to him isn't all bad, you know. He gets his privacy again. Isolation, you mean. The loneliness of power. Go call him in. Good. Yes, sir. I'll be back with him in 15 minutes. Goodbye. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a nice time being happy, Ender. It might just be the last time in your life. Welcome, little boy. Your dear Uncle Graff has plans for you. Ender knew what was happening from the moment they brought him in. Everyone expected him to go commander early, perhaps not this early. He had topped those standings almost continuously for 3 years. No one else was remotely close to him, and his evening practices had become the most prestigious group in the school. There were some who wondered why the teachers had waited this long. He wondered which army they'd give him. 3 commanders were graduating soon, including Petra, but it was beyond hope for them to give him Phoenix Army. No one ever succeeded to command of the same army he was in when he was promoted. Anderson took him to his new quarters. That sealed it. Only commanders had private rooms, and he had fitted him for uniforms and a flash suit. He looked on the forms to discover the name of his army. Dragon, the form said. There was no Dragon Army. I've never heard of Dragon Army, Ender said. That's because there hasn't been a Dragon Army in 4 years. We discontinued the name because there's a superstition about it. No Dragon Army in the history of the battle school had ever won even a third of its games. It's got to be a joke. It got to be a joke. Well, why are you reviving it now? We had a lot of extra uniforms to use up. Graff sat at his desk, looking fatter and wearier than the last time Ender had seen him. He handed Ender his hook, the small box that allowed commanders to go where they wanted in the battle room during practices. Some said they worked magnetically, some said it was gravity. Many times during his evening practices, Ender had wished he had a hook instead of having to rebound off walls to get where he wanted to go. Now that he had gotten quite deft without one, here it was. It only works, Anderson pointed out during regularly scheduled practice sessions. Since Ender already planned to have extra practices, it meant the hook would only be useful some of the time. It also explained why so many commanders never held extra practices. They depended on the hook, and it wouldn't do anything for them during the extra times. It felt that the hook was their authority, their power over the other boys, that they're even less likely to work without it. It's an advantage I have over some of my enemies, Ender thought. Graf's official welcome speech sounded bored and over-rehearsed. Only at the end did he begin to sound interested in his own words. We're doing something unusual with Dragon Army. I hope you don't mind. We established a new army by advancing the equivalent of an entire launch course early and delaying the graduation of quite a few advanced students. I think you'll be pleased with the quality of your soldiers. I hope you are, because we're forbidding you to transfer any of them. No trades? Asked Ender. It was how commanders always shored up their weak points by trading around. None. You see, you've been conducting your extra practice sessions for 3 years now. You have a following. Many good soldiers would put unfair pressure on the commanders to trade them into your army. We've given you an army that can, in time, be competitive. We have no intention of letting you dominate unfairly. What if I've got a soldier I just can't get along with him? Graf closed his eyes. Anderson stood up and the interview was over. Dragon was assigned the colors gray, orange, gray. Ender changed into his flash suit and followed the ribbons of light until they came to the barracks that contained his army. They were there already, milling around near the entrance. Ender took charge at once. Bunking will be arranged by the seniority. Veterans to the back of the room, newest soldiers to the front. It was the reverse of the usual pattern, and Ender knew it. He also knew that he didn't intend to be like many commanders who never even saw the younger boys because they were always in the back, and they sorted themselves out according to their arrival dates. Ender walked up and down the aisle. Almost 30 of his soldiers were new straight out of their launch group, completely inexperienced in battle. Some were even underage. The ones nearest the door were pathetically small. Ender reminded himself that's how he must have looked to Bonesaw Madrid when he first arrived. Still, Bonesaw had only one underage soldier to cope with. Not one of the veterans belonged to Ender's elite practice group. None had ever been a toon leader. None, in fact, was older than Ender himself, which meant that his veterans didn't have more than 18 months' experience. Some he didn't even recognize. They made so little impression. They recognized Ender, of course, since he was the most celebrated soldier in the school, and some, Ender could see, resented him. At least they did me one favor. None of my soldiers is older than me. As soon as each soldier had a bunk, Ender ordered them to put on their flash suits and come to practice. Ooh. I got excited reading. I went over time. Okay. I love you. I love you very much, kids. And I will do everything I can to finish this book before I go because I want you to have this. I love you. Bye-bye.